Hello fellow humans, it's your girl Tracy and you are watching World of Choa. I make videos that help me and maybe you too in figuring out how to unlock our treasures and together learn to understand our struggles as humans being on Earth. Let's get into this video. So in this video, we'll be talking about a woman named Racheal Botha. So Racheal Botha is an independent singer, songwriter, and performer who is based in the Netherlands but was born in Lusaka, Zambia on the 24th of October of I don't know which year. I can't find that information anywhere on the web. What's up with that, Racheal? I don't know. And she began singing at the age of 5. By the time she was 7, she held a position in her church choir as a solo singer, which was great. She didn't end there. When she turned 10 years old, she had her first studio recording. And only 5 years later, she wins the Movie TV Teen Star Zambia, which propelled her career and opened doors for her, as well as opportunities where she could record even more songs with Zambian artists as well as South African artists. Then there's a gap. We don't know what happens in her life. And mind you, all these things that I've said previously have no dates. So I don't know when she won Teen Star Zambia. I don't know which year she was when she was 10. Because I don't know how old she is, and because these events aren't documented properly where you really don't have dates, that's all I have. But I do know that we have dates starting from 2010. So in 2010, she was part of a group named Daughters of Africa, where they were basically going on a worldwide tour, and she was part of that and she sang very well. I have found a few videos of those on YouTube. I think you can check them out. She sings very well. She has a very beautiful voice. This woman sings bomb. She sings really well. That same year, she opens up a school/orphanage, which she names Juema in Lusaka, Zambia. I have not been able to find that information on the internet. If I go on Google and I search Juema, I can't find it. So I'm guessing it exists. She talks about it on her Instagram, but I haven't been able to actually put my 2 eyes in front of a page that talks about her school. In 2012, she moves to the Netherlands to be with her now husband, and they now share 3 sons together. She also partners with a few artists and has gigs here and there. In 2015, she participates in The Voice Holland. I don't know how long she lasted, but I know she was part of it, and I've seen her in different outfits. I don't understand what they're saying because I don't speak Dutch, but I think she lasted a few episodes. I haven't heard of her winning, so I don't think she won, but she did participate. By the year 2017, she has learned Dutch, has gotten an education, and has specialized herself as a healthcare aide. She begins her career, I believe, and I want to say December of 2017, she begins working at a certain place, and that lasts for 3 months, so she's there until early 2018, basically. She has a terrible experience. She suffers discrimination as well as racism from the family members of the patients that she took care of. So she went ahead and involved the police in this. They had an investigation. She asked for a feedback and she didn't get that because they told her that they couldn't give her that information. And somehow, somewhere, she got the information of the report which say that the people that discriminated against her had passed away. And so she went on Facebook and made videos, I believe. I haven't been able to see those videos, but this is coming from the horse's mouth herself. She wanted to prove that these people who discriminated against her had not passed and they were actually very much alive. And then once she got that information and gave it to the authorities, they began an investigation. Then she later realized that a lot of information had been lost in translation when it came to her bosses and the superiors of her bosses, I believe, in regards to what really happened, what took place between Racheal and these family members of her patients. It is alleged, or at least speculated, that she might have signed NDAs in order for her to take down the content that she had put on her Facebook. That included her videos where she was exposing this company and talking about their business, or basically what transpired during that time, I guess. And I think she took them down and she signed the NDA. So now it seems like she's still fighting for justice because she still hasn't gotten her justice. A lot of people were speculating that it might have been post-traumatic stress or some sort of depression that she was going through because she didn't seem well. I don't know what to say about that. Again, I don't know this woman from a can of paint. I have no idea what kind of life she's living. So she quits her job or she's fired. That's not very clear. I think she quits. I'm going to say she quits just for the sake of this video, but I'm really not sure about that information. She can't move on. She apparently doesn't want to work elsewhere. She wants to get this justice. I don't know if she really was in love with this job or at least with this career move that she took when she decided to go to school and specialize in this. I have no idea. Let's say I went to school and studied cosmetics, and so I worked in this salon, and then I went to work in another place, and I have had bad experiences that will not stop me from loving cosmetics. I think I would just reroute and just go somewhere else where I can feel confident, where I can feel myself free, and where I can feel protected. Because I think just letting go a career just like that for the sake of justice, I believe is a shame, because I don't think that is the only place where she can go in order to work with the degree that she has. If she really loves helping people and taking care of people the way she said, I think it's good. But again, I don't know. In her video, she did say that it is not a very attractive job, that a lot of people would want to tell people if they were doing a job like this. So maybe she was ashamed as well working in this kind of environment because she doesn't seem to have worked since. I think I saw a post on her Facebook where she said, I think this was yesterday or the day before last, it says a day ago, so I believe it was yesterday. She says a lot of things, but in this post, she says, because since my discrimination situation, I don't work. She's talking about her and trying to help out a woman who was in need of money and wanted help in this whole COVID situation. So yes, she hasn't worked since. So I don't really know what her career move is. I have no idea if she still wants to be independent, a singer, songwriter, performer, and still wants to do all of that. I get it that she has 3 children and a husband. She's happily married. She loves Jesus. Like, she really loves Jesus. Like, if you're into God and Jesus and praising the Lord, you can go on her page. She does lives a lot, so she does entertain her followers a lot / fans. A lot of people love her music. But if she does want to revive her singing career, I believe like there's solutions. There are ways in which she can do it if she really wants to. Like, again, this is just my opinion. I hope she doesn't get offended me making a video of her. When it comes to discrimination and racism, I believe she's taking a good move when it comes to justice. I do think she has to pursue this to the fullest extent of the law, and I believe that she deserves protection. She deserves to have justice at her workplace and just to be protected by the employers. Racism is very much real. Racism is very much alive. I have not experienced that kind of racism in my own personal life, but that doesn't negate that other people do experience it. And sometimes it might look like, oh, everything is great. Oh, because I am having a great experience because of the choices I'm making and the noises I'm listening or not listening to, and just the people I'm around. Sometimes I'm just not paying attention enough to those kinds of details for them not to bother me. But I'm not going to say that racism doesn't exist. If you were to ask my neighbors or whoever, they would tell you otherwise. I believe I've experienced a lot more colorism than I've experienced racism, but I do not believe that I am just exempt from racism. I believe that's something that will come, that has come. When I was younger and in school, I heard a little bit of that at my school with very ignorant kids who said a few things. They called me nigger at one point, and they were checked. I didn't even have to do it. They were checked by their own friends. So yeah, personally, I haven't experienced that kind of hardcore racism where you no longer want to exercise the thing that you went to school for. You spent a lot of time studying and just being performative and learning the ins and outs of how to care for disabled people, elderly people, etc., just for you to have this terrible experience and no longer want to work in that field again. That to me is the saddest part of all her story, because I don't know what that has done to her. I don't know how she is functioning mentally. I know the way I would handle that kind of situation. It almost feels like now she no longer has a career and she doesn't put on songs. I went on her YouTube page and I've been actually researching. There's not much to say about her apart from what I've heard on other people's videos, or what I've seen on her Facebook and on her website, which hasn't been updated since 2015. I think it was created in 2015, and the last information about her is dated 2014. And when it comes to her YouTube page, the last video that she posted where she's performing, it seems to be very chill. But again, it's not a concert. I think it's almost like a festival thing where people are just having fun. And so that was her last post, but that's dates to 2 years ago. 2 years ago is a long time. And so again, I have no idea what her dreams are, what her goals are when it comes to her music career, because she has something here. She has a beautiful voice. Now listen, girl, if it was me, and I know you're not me, I have my own projects when it comes to my life, but I'm just saying, if you want some tips, I can give you some. This is what I would do if I was a Racheal Botha who was kind of in a turmoil when it came to my own career and trying to revive it. So one, I would really look at really investing in myself, getting better and handling situations better, because she does have a delivery that is sometimes seems very aggressive, and it's a shame because she is very poised, she is very well articulated, and she's a funny person. Like she's funny and she sings very well. So she has like really good qualities, but she just doesn't know how to balance them. So I think she could PR herself very well, just like strategize. You take a piece of paper or a block of papers and you just start writing out the kind of person you want to be. I think she knows all of this. I don't think she needs my advice, but just in case she does, this is what I would do. I would revive my YouTube page, my YouTube channel, and start releasing songs. All the songs that I would put on my YouTube, first of all, own your rights to the songs that you're going to put on YouTube, and invest in like a kit of mics and all those things, studio stuff. There was a point I wanted to get one because I wanted to begin a podcast, but I'm not organized enough for a podcast just yet. You have full kits and they're not like $1,000. Some are, but some aren't. I don't know what kind of currency they use there. Here it's francs, 200 francs and up. I don't know what kind of house she has. I don't know if she has a spare bedroom or anything like that. But just in case you do have a spare bedroom or something like that, or like a basement, you can set it up. And I've seen that a lot on YouTube, and how a lot of YouTubers have propelled their career to the next flipping level. They have fans, like tons of fans. Millions and millions of people are following them. But just be you, be organic. I'm telling you, you set up this beautiful studio, you sit in your room, and then you just start spilling out that music, you record it. And if you don't know how to do that, there are courses. There are tons of courses around all of us. Teach her how to use it, how to set it up from A to Z. When it comes to being independent as an artist, you really have to take the bull by the two horns. You really have to hold your career in your hands and actually do something about it. There are lots of donations on her pages. I'm talking about Instagram and Facebook. Obviously, she's helping a lot of people, but I think her music is being clouded by all of this, and it almost seems like she's asking for money to have studio time and things like that, which is a shame because studio time is hell of expensive. It's more expensive than if you invested in your career, if you invested in these few gadgets that I'm talking about. You don't need a whole full studio. You just need a few pieces, and you need to just be creative with your career, creative with your life. And I believe that will push her to the next level. She would touch tons of people. She has a reasonable following on Facebook. Like compared to mine, I don't have any following, but she has a huge following on Facebook, and she has a following on Instagram as well. So, you know, you have those people that will come to your YouTube page. You have those people on Facebook that will also come on your YouTube page. And the other people that have never heard of you. Like, YouTube is so big, and these kinds of music, it's almost like the better the quality, the better people want to know about you. So I'm just saying, she can do all of it. You can buy the same camera I'm using right now. I've had this camera for a long time. I'm just a lazy person. That's why it's taking me so long to actually do things right when it comes to my channel. And I've moved a lot. I have a lot of excuses. But yeah, it is the truth. Somebody will invest in a business and they'll buy tons and tons of equipment, and they will also invest and put money into getting the knowledge when it comes to how to use those same equipment that they have bought. Because that's how it starts, and that's how millionaires are born. And I'm just saying it for her because she is actually gifted, and this is just me talking. This is not a skill, you know, anybody can talk, but she can sing. She can sing so well, better than most people that I've heard sing on the radio and on television. When it comes to artists, and especially Zambian artists, there's not much information on the internet, and that's such a shame. Like I said previously, in regards to her orphanage and school that she has in Lusaka, she has these pages where she's asking for donations for her school and for the students at her school, but nobody can find her school on the internet. Put yourself out there, and if you're putting yourself in such risky situations where you're actually making a school, these children are counting on your school in order to become something in life, I think you should take it ever more seriously. Put it out there. Put it out there and show people, show investors that there's this school that exists, and there are these children that need people to invest in them and believe in them, because it is important. And I find like it's actually a great thing that she has done. It's just, it could be done better, basically. It could be done better. I know she has done a few videos that have been a little bit scandalous, where she's very fiery, like she's fiery. She is, like I said, aggressive, and I think she should tone it down because she has a lot to say, and it almost seems like she hasn't had that chance to speak like that for a long time. So she said a lot of things in regards to Zambians, in regards to Black people and the Zambian president, and then she came back and she apologized for that. Probably her apology was accepted. I did not accept any apology from her because technically I have nothing but love for this woman, and she sounds like a very good person. She seems to really want to help people. I think she just has a lot on her plate, and maybe her life is a little bit mixed up when it comes to career-wise. She might be torn into and not really know what she now wants to do, because she went to school to do this, but now she realized that her first experience is just so bad. She doesn't want to touch that anymore. So I feel like she has to reconcile with that. I don't know if she wants to go back to the health field and help people still, or she doesn't. That is her prerogative. That is it for this video. I'm sending lots of love to Racheal Botha, and I'm sure the universe is sending her even more love, and I am wishing her the very best. And so, yeah. Anyways, I'm Tracy, and you were watching World of Choa. Ciao.